scariest thing a parent can say is "not my kid." That's the scariest words I ever hear a parent utter. Nina,
Absolutely,
you're with us
right.
at the yeah. Nina, you're at the table with us. You're a college. You're in the midst of all this. You're at an ivory tower. You're at an institute of higher education. Is it going on even there?
I would imagine so. From the research that we've done with Wired Safety, we see that sexting starts as young as ages 10 and 11. And
oh my gosh.
Usually it's because they want to get the attention of an older guy or an older girl, or they just don't want to disappoint the person they're dating. And so I'd imagine the dating aspect plays more into college now.
Oh, your lights are out there, huh? Well,
yeah,
get on up and fix your light there, Nina.
I know, the motion sensors here.
But just hearing you say dating and then refer back to a 10 or 11-year-old makes me shudder. And I wonder if some of the ones that are doing the texting are high-risk youth. Mark, I'm going to take that back to you. Are these already kids who are in other kinds of trouble?
Oh, yeah. A lot of times, a child involved with pornography at a young age, that's a telltale sign. I mean, that's something that we need to watch and definitely address. And they also, when I hear different members of your panel start talking about this stuff, they don't understand the consequences, and they say the study. Well, who created the pool?
Yeah.
A bunch of college students getting their friends together to create a pool? It's ridiculous, okay? Let's talk to the experts. Let's talk to the criminal defense attorneys, the judges, the prosecutors. Let them frame a go plan. Let them be the point of the spear, not a psychologist that's sitting here coming up with some ideas based on a...
I might beg to argue with you on that, but let me ask you this, because this is more of a First Amendment issue for you. Really, because people can't behave civilly on the internet, do we have to create laws? Do we?
No, I don't think we need to create laws sitting here and saying and trying to put a Band-Aid over it. But when you talk about these children, and sometimes we talk about children, that's a 17-year-old. And now we're getting somewhere where we expect more maturity. And you know what? Sometimes kids do dumb things. I call it stuck on stupid, okay? And you have to deal with it as it comes. And as a defense attorney, I have. But to sit here and try having regulations come in and have a knee-jerk reaction to shows like this and other media because we had a sad case here, a sad case there, that is completely ridiculous.
Okay. Cooper, you there. There you are, Cooper. You talk to a lot of young people. How do we get people to stop doing this?
Well, you know, you made a good point about parents understanding the whole idea of the frontal lobe, because it's more than just not understanding consequences. Impulsivity, risk-taking behavior, that's where it all happens. So if that's not developed yet, you can't, even though your child can express a choice and express something, parents make the mistake of thinking the child understands the full consequences of the things that they're saying. So it's really important for an older sibling, a parent, somebody to come in and have a conversation, because you're talking about kids that are an age where part of development is your sexual identity. So if you're trying to figure out, who am I? Am I straight? Am I gay? Do I believe in abstinence? And part of that is technology is now available to you, and you're starting to sext and do things, and you're feeling good about it. You've got to be able to talk to your kids about this and say, look, I know this is a weird conversation, but we need to have this conversation because you're not going to really understand. You're going to send something to a boy, it's going to be a problem, and I'm not going to be able to do anything about it at that point.
Well, and also I would say not just talking, because as we both agreed, the frontal cortex isn't working so well, so you have to create consequences as well. When we come back, more on sexting, and later we're going to be addressing what we talked about before, praying the gay away, we called it. We had an incredible response from you about this last week, so watch this as we go to break.
And for you to sit here and say that you can overcome it, but we don't promise change. Well, your billboards do, your conferences do, and when that doesn't happen, where do you leave people? Shame and guilt-ridden, and kids nowadays are killing themselves.
We are talking sexting. Why are teens doing it? Should it be a crime? Research shows us that 39% of teens, they have sent images or sexy messages. Ali Pereira was 16 when she sent her boyfriend a topless photo, and she says the mistake turned her life into a living hell. So, Ali, I got a ton of questions for you, my dear. So, first up, I guess people out there are wondering, what were you thinking when you did this, and what was your motivation?
Well, it was entirely impulsive. He had just texted me. We had broken up for 2 months, and he said, you know, I'll get back together with you if you send me a naked picture. So acting, I guess, like a teenager, I thought that I was going to marry him because we were 16. I thought we were going to be together forever. So me and my 2 best friends, we just said, oh, let's just do it. And we took it and we sent it, and we didn't think anything about it at all.
And what happened?
By the next day, he had sent it to every single person in his contact list. And it went throughout the entire school. Teachers got it, parents got it, my brother got it.
And what happened to you as a result of all this?
Well, I was called hoe or slut on a daily basis in the hallways. A girl stood on a table in the cafeteria and screamed "Allison Fair is a slut."